Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday, so we got another episode of Raw Talkin' It, an adventurous episode of Raw Talkin' It. I'm Titus, aka Andrew, and that's might be Joe, aka Joe. I switched it around this time. Keep you on your toes, and we're keep playing our Pokemon game here.
We're gonna get like all the story done
Probably,
today.
yeah.
It's gonna be
So we
great.
have this, and then we just have
Not gonna do much else.
And we're talking about this. So, for those of you who are too busy to keep up with everything, we had like a little mini like E3 preview to like this week. We got a bunch of gaming news came out this week, so we're gonna be talking about that a lot.
Yeah, I think it was mostly from the places that aren't. It's mostly from the places or the companies who are not going to be at E3. That's sort of the big thing.
This is not a Pokemon podcast. How dare you, Michael? So yeah, we got a lot of info for those of you who don't.
Go forward, backwards to dead end.
This is a dead end. I thought you could.
I know. I don't know why it's there. There's
jump
literally nothing there.
But maybe I'm crazy.
Nope. It's silly.
Recently we got some like Sonic the Hedgehog news. We got Monster Hunter update. We got bunch of Dragon Quest stuff, which we'll talk about, and we got a Horizon Forbidden West gameplay today in the Sony State of Play. So we got a lot of info.
It was a dedicated Horizon.
We got a lot of info
yeah.
and a lot of stuff. So it's pretty exciting. I don't know how we want to tackle this.
We could do chronologically and start with Sonic because
we can, and here's my opinion. I don't care.
The Colors remake or whatever is cool. People do like Colors, from what I understand. It's apparently pretty good as far as Sonic games go. So like, cool that it's getting a port, and it's also getting a few extra bells and whistles to go with the new version. Which great, yeah.
Sonic games are fun, but I haven't played one like in a hot minute.
I certainly never played Colors. You should probably just go play Sonic Generations one of these days because it's good. I played it and it was like the whole point is it's like the quintessential Sonic experience.
Sonic games. I was a big fan of Sonic 2.
It's got new and
Sonic
old.
2 was so much fun.
Maybe our next stream game should be Adventure 2 Battle.
Adventure 2 Battle.
Maybe the GameCube one.
Talking about the one where you run down the... Is that where Escape the City comes from?
Yeah.
That game's...
Yeah. Maybe that should be the next game for the podcast. Then,
I gotta sit there and listen to Escape the City a billion times because that song slaps.
Well, either way, Sonic Generations is cool. I respect it for being like we're just gonna cherry pick the best stuff from all the games.
It's like a real fan service game.
And then also they made like here's a 2D level you love, but in 3D now, and then here's a 3D level you love, but in 2D now.
There was some that would transition, right? It would go from 2D side scroller. And
I don't.
From what I understood, there was one that was.
I think just every level had two versions.
2D, and then it would go into the 3D mode. But maybe I'm crazy.
I could be. Yeah, you could be right. It's been a while.
Hot on my ear.
But yeah. So yeah, colors port cool. They technically teased a new main title.
What was the last main title?
Did you not watch the presentation?
No, I read up on it.
Okay. So here's what it is. Number one, Sonic Colors port is Xbox One and PS4, not PS5, not Xbox Series X.
They're backwards compatible. So.
Right. Yeah. But the next title, here's what the trailer was. I'll walk you through the teaser. The entire thing was 30 seconds long. It starts with some cinematic stuff of Sonic running through a forest, except it's like from the neck down. You will never see his face during the whole teaser. Neck down, and it's really well animated. He's running through the forest, and there's some weird, cool, like almost digital particle effect at his feet. That's very weird. But he runs through the forest, And then the Sonic Team logo kind of goes over the screen. Then it cuts back to Sonic. He's still running through the forest. And then it kind of starts to zoom out a little bit. And as it does so, he basically runs a big circle, kind of. Like he runs a big circle that sort of cuts through itself through the forest. And you can see there's like a path in the forest that he's running along. And then it zooms out, and the path kind of highlights behind him as he runs. And then the forest fades away. And then this, like, texture sort of for what the like you can imagine like a title card or whatever fades in on the background. And then it's got that logo, and that logo expands, and you're like, ooh, it's going to spell something out. But then it doesn't spell anything out. It's just like a weird glyph.
All right.
It's just like a weird glyph, and then at the bottom it fades in like PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One. It has all the platforms, and then that's it.
What the fuck?
Presentation's
That's a
over.
weird ending.
That's the whole thing, start to finish.
A really weird ending. Are you fighting any trainers? Like,
there's
what the
literally
fuck?
fighting them all.
How are you so far ahead then?
Because I am good at systematic puzzles like this maze.
Okay.
It's just you just run along the path.
Is this really a puzzle?
And it's not. It's a maze. I'd call mazes puzzles. I'm battling that trainer right there. There's only like 3 trainers in this place.
How are you so far ahead of me?
It's very big, but there's only like and also the trainers I have fought.
Also, I got
only
confused.
have one Pokemon.
One of my Pokemon was confused, so that always sucks. You gotta wait for the little chickadees to pop up, and then.
But yeah. The Sonic thing, that was the whole thing, and I don't get it.
I don't understand.
I don't get why. I mean, it was cool. It was very pretty, like legitimately, very, very pretty. So, like, that's cool.
Yeah, for Sonic games, it's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad the Sonic. Whoa! All right, this Sylveon might be an actual problem.
It was Moonblast, and you were fighting type, I guess.
Fighting water. Everything I have is weak to fairy.
I forgot all of these people, all the trainers in here, their names are all related to mazes. Like, this is Arachna, who was like a Inception, but she was also named after it's some Greek mythology thing. I don't know.
I have no idea, man. I don't know what the thing is. How are we? I'm a solid okay strategy. I'm okay. I could be better. I could be significantly better.
I'm pretty good. Had a bit of a weird weekend, but I'm good now.
We started a little early today. We started about 5 minutes early today, maybe. How long is the recording going? Recording's been going for 8 minutes, so we started 7 minutes early.
We sometimes start at 7. Yeah. How is having an intern going? I'm asking on behalf of strategy.
No,
you ignored.
We were just talking about other stuff.
No, I know.
It's going really well, actually. Smart kid. Catches on pretty quick. I hope we can maybe convince him to be a bridge inspector or something of the sort. I don't know if like designing is something he wants to do or has ever thought about doing, so I don't know how what's the word? How interested he is in it. But like being outside and inspecting, he's very interested in. So he's gonna go with my inspectors on Wednesday if it doesn't rain. He's gonna go with my inspectors and go see some bridges and stuff. So, and hopefully he likes that aspect enough to be like, hey, we here, bro. That's a Shedinja.
That's fun. Our company, we had a big company-wide town hall meeting this week, and they reassured that they're hiring for some positions again, and things are starting to return to normal a little bit, and things are
got a
looking
big
pretty
fuck
good, and
you
all that
from
jazz.
the government, which is pretty fucking cool, man. So they sent out an email saying everyone needs to return to the office by June 13th. You get 4 hours of admin leave to make the transition back, and then you have to be in the office. No exceptions. Number one, that's not gonna go well. You're gonna lose some people.
That's just gonna not happen.
And so
it's just gonna literally not happen.
Because they're trying to find out a way that people can, like our department is trying to find a way that people can do a dual like a hybrid schedule. But what happens is you have to be back in the office, and then there has to be a form that's approved, and everyone has to be back, and we have to get all of the logistics ironed out. So it'll be about a month or so until you can fill out this form saying why you should be allowed to work from home.
Heat ran.
Why you should be allowed to work from home, and then it has to be approved by your supervisor, the supervisor of my bureau, and then the supervisor of my bureau's division, and then it goes to HR for approval. So it has to be approved by 4 people, and then you're allowed to work from home. That's absurd.
Insane.
And it's gonna cause some issues. They're gonna see people leave. I think what they're gonna probably turn tail and fucking do a 180 on this, because I don't think they understand what they're doing.
Yeah. I know my company, part of the town hall was our CEO was basically like, honestly, working from home has been great. And while plenty of individuals will have different specific needs, he was like, honestly, I think we're just going to be working from home a lot. He was like, I think we're just going to be working from home. I think it's been going well. And I don't think they announced explicit policies for how even people who do their job on desktop computers on how they will be able to do their job from home still. Because they will need to return their desktop. But there is some specific hardware that you can use to do that called a thin client, which is something that actually I wouldn't be surprised if this came from people in my department, because we use them all the time in our job. And what a thin client is, and maybe Strategy knows this, it's basically just a dedicated box whose only job is to run just enough of like a Windows or Linux OS so you can remote into a computer. But it's very optimized. Like, it literally has that one job. All this does is help you remote into other computers. And then, because it is, she switched from Primate to Sunkern. Because that's all that it does, it's very good. You don't have to worry about latency and all these different things. But you can also, because your computer is back at the office, access to files will now no longer require you to access over a VPN or some sort of wireless network or whatever. You're only accessing your computer. So, and they basically said, if you have a desktop, you can have one of these. Like, we're buying a bunch of them. We're figuring out how to set them up. But when the time comes, you just ask for one and you bring your desktop back, and then you take the thin client home, and we'll even get you monitors for home and all that jazz.
That's good, because it's
very
what's
cool.
really, really fucking annoying is like we have like several different classes of employees. We have classified, non-classified, and then we have exempt and non-exempt. So I am an unclassified exempt employee. What that means is I am a salaried position, but I'm an unclassified position. So like you can be terminated for reasons and whatnot and all that stuff. But I'm a salaried position, so I don't work hourly. And exempt employees had the ability to work from home before all of this happened. And so we're sitting there like, okay, so can we keep a monitor at home so that if we do work from home with like a sick kid or this and that, I don't have to worry about having 2 monitors or not? Like, what are we doing about this? And so we have a meeting with our bureau chief on Tuesday about this, and that's it. It seems like such a slap in the face to your employees.
Yeah. The reality is things have changed, and anyone who tries to say that things are just the same as they ever were is in denial, and they're gonna pay the price for it.
Yeah, you're gonna either pay the price.
Why did you switch out of Primeape earlier if you had assurance?
They're gonna switch out. They're gonna either back out of this, or they're gonna realize that they're gonna lose personnel, or it's going to be more of a headache than they thought, and they're just going to they're going to backpedal anyway. It's just like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, you're legit, like, this is a perk. If consultants are offering this, what the hell? Why would we stay with you guys? Because I can work from home and get paid more money? Are you serious? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Why the fuck would I stay here?
I think Moody has completely fucked my Celebi. I think I need to start using different moves. I think I lowered my special attack a ton, but I think I've got a bunch of physical attack right now, so I'm going to switch to Sacred Sword.
And one-shot it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Physical attacks the rest of this battle. But yeah, no, it is absolutely... it's going to be crazy. And our IT team, despite a lot of legitimate complaints about them over the years, if they do manage to set this up where people can work with thin clients and even on desktop jobs and do their job from home and all that stuff, that's going to be such a huge... That's going to be so big.
Man, RIT is like...
So,
useless.
I'm hopeful. Oh, I normally am very... I normally am... I am definitely aware of the, like, I've seen the IT crowd. I know how people treat their IT
I treat them
groups.
Nicely, and that's why I buttered them up, and I'm able to get... Right. I got admin privileges, finally, after they taken away from me. So now I got admin privileges of all my engineers' computers. Triple kick.
Man. Oh, that's pretty good. It's not like the strongest move, but if you can teach it to...
Horny.
Oh my god. This sturdy works every time you're full health, doesn't it? Oh my god.
You need to not kill it. You need to just hit it with something.
I don't know if Keldeo is going to be able to learn it, because that's supposed to be a psychic move.
Oh, right.
Because this is the psychic. Oh god, it had sturdy and flail and stab. Ugh. That could have been really bad.
Yeah, they're making approval for people. Like, for my position, it really won't change. I'll be able to work from home whenever I want because I'm exempt and I was already able to do that. I mean, it's not an abusable thing, but it's like if you're not feeling insanely well where you want to stay home but you can still work, you'll be able to work from home. You have a sick kid, you'll be able to work from home. You have this, like, it's like, and that's great to ask for. I think that's great. It's not unreasonable to ask for from employees to employer. So
I had a boss at one point who I told one day, I'm like, I'm not feeling super well. It's not so bad that I can't work, but it's bad enough that I don't want to come into the office. And he responded with, you're either sick and you need to take time off, or you're not sick and you need to come into the office. And that's the sort of attitude that I think is going to be gone now. The idea that it's got to be one or the other. Like, I had a stomach ache, and I was probably going to be in and out of the bathroom all day.
But
I can work. I just, like, it'll be a lot easier and more comfortable for me to do that at home that day. And that's the kind of thing.
I can work 4 hours or what have you, and it's like, if that's not the case, it's not even fucking worth it to come in. It's like, well, okay, well, you're losing 8 hours of my work, which puts other people behind if they're waiting on me. Like, if I'm at least in and out of the bathroom, if I have a fucking laptop and it's terrible, I'll just take the laptop in.
Yeah, if it was really that bad.
It's like, you don't understand. This is pretty beneficial, but it is what it is, I guess. Maybe I'm completely off base and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because it seems like it'd be a great opportunity to give people something so that they feel like they're being listened to by the employer.
That's a big thing, and that's something that's come up a lot. By the way, you need to fly to Lumios.
Oh yeah, all the
That's where we're
fucking
going next.
Durant. Yeah, we're going underneath the big thing, aren't we?
You gotta go to the Team Flare. You want to fly to the central Pokemon Center, because there's 3 in Lumios. And then you want to look for the red cafe. Who has fly? Who did I give? I gave you fly. Okay. But yeah. Anyways, we talked Sonic, so we should probably talk Horizon Forbidden West now.
Yes, we probably should. Buckle up if you haven't watched the gameplay video. I would recommend that you do, but if you want to hear about it from us, here we go. Holy shit, it looks good.
Oh my god, it was so pretty.
So good.
I was shocked that the robots,
bro,
they specifically, I think, showed off. They're like, here's a robot.
We got raptor robots really now.
Yeah, we got legit
raptors.
The Velociraptor with a chainsaw mouth. I assume you noticed that.
Yes, and like a crazy ass like conveyor belt or spiky tail thing. It like came to an arrow point. It was like, oh my god. Oh my god, it's so crazy. And now they gave Aloy a grappling hook?
They gave her a hook shot. Or claw shot. Oh, great, Regice.
It really looked like it only was able to do some like horizontal traveling. It didn't look like it could do very much vertical traveling, but I don't know. Maybe that was just the area they were in.
I will say one thing I thought was such a cool, clever way to update the game was they made it so that rather than climbing points always standing out from a color perspective, they are part of the scanning now, so that you don't. So it's a way more natural. Everything looks more natural rather than just like awkwardly everything you climb is
like slightly
yellow.
Pointed out. You can tell that the model is a little different.
Yeah. Now they made it so it'll still. I'm sure it'll still use consistent textures and stuff.
Like the metal and stuff that you can
go
to
that
is just like a yellow X or a yellow bar. That hasn't changed since the first one, which is fine. That's fine. That shows us like this is a position here and that. Like that's great, but.
I liked also she vaulted at one point, which was very cool. Like the parkour aspect seems a lot better done.
Yeah.
It's very
I like you can swim now?
Yes, that's brand new. And
Kitty.
Did you watch the little talk afterwards where it was just the one guy chatting about it? Or did you just watch
I watched the whole
20-minute
preview.
Okay. You saw him talking about, he mentioned that you can stay underwater forever.
I didn't catch why, though. He had a rebreather, but where did she get it from?
She has a diving mask. I don't know. Same place she got the glider.
Okay, that's what I figured.
She just has
what happened. But it's like, yeah, so she has a rebreather. So, did you see the fucking, like, whale thing? How the fuck are we going to fight that thing?
I saw a snap jaw.
That's what it was.
From
the snap jaw.
I didn't see a whale.
Oh god, how are we gonna fight a?
Those are the things we've already seen. But I just don't think you're gonna fight underwater. Also, currents, very cool and clever.
She could like blend into like the.
The kelp was red. The kelp was red, just like the grass is red. In. So clever.
And then there's currents. There's big schools of fish. There's.
I thought I briefly saw what looked to be a robot fish or dolphin or something in the background, but they did not stay on it. So I wonder if it wasn't actually true.
Good. It looks.
I forgot we fight Lysander first, and then also at the end.
So damn good because like what you do when you do in this gameplay is you kind of follow one of the one of the raiders tribes rescuing a friend of yours, and like so you go through all that, and they have what they call a Tremor Tusk, right? Isn't that its name, Tremor Tusk? So Tremor Tusk is an elephant.
Yeah, well,
right.
I mean robot elephant. Yes.
But you ride one of the Velociraptors. What they call them? Something Jaws.
No, it was something.
Oh yeah, it was something Claw.
It's like Stride Claw or Claw Strider. Claw Strider.
Yeah.
Claw Strider.
Very cool. What was cool about the other game is you could ride things at a certain level of spear, or was it just, oh, I'm about to fight a Dialga?
It was a perk. And also you could only ride
you can only ride a couple things, and one of them was like one of the horse.
There was like a horse basically, and then it actually might have just been the horse. But I thought there was some. No, I thought, could you not ride one of the deer?
Oh yeah, there was a big deer one too. Yeah.
I think there was a deer that you could maybe
Dialga.
ride under circumstances.
Oh boy.
Oh god, have fun with that monstrosity of a typing. I guess it's better now because you can use Crunch. He won't resist Crunch anymore.
Shit. It's the fight of the dragons.
Yeah, Twister is not going to be the right move there. What else? What else?
Oh, what I was saying is you can ride new. We have new things we can ride, and then you can do. I couldn't remember. I don't think we had that much freedom to attack on mounts.
See, I was trying to think about that, and I'm like, I probably could use my bow, but I never liked riding anyways. I didn't utilize the riding ever because for me, I either wanted to move slow because I was being thorough, or I wanted to fast travel. Like, I either wanted to fast travel or I wanted to move slow, so I didn't really.
We had this entire battle with a giant elephant in your little,
which has people riding on it and like a house built onto the back.
Very cool,
awesome, like Hannibal style.
And so you're shooting at it while you're riding on your thing, and you're trying to do all this stuff, and then. I remember in the first game, they talked about how you could use things that fell off of enemies.
Yeah.
But it really kind of rarely happened. It only really happened on like some of the big enemies.
It was basically just the Thunderjaws.
Not the birds, the storm birds, or I mean, I guess Snapjaws aren't that big.
No, I don't think they had anything either. I think the big bird
storm
might
bird,
have had something.
I think it's called that, right?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah, there were little birds and there was the big one. I think the big one maybe had something. They showed off a bunch of different weapon types. They showed off a different sling grenade
I want to talk about that. The fucking goo, the glue is super cool. That happened and it got all sticky and it couldn't move. I'm like, that's awesome.
That's a really
cool fucking way to do that.
They had you do cables, which was cool, but the sling didn't have an option for that. So having the sling have an option now for a mobility thing,
so good. I'm excited to see. So
the Tripcaster, that's what I'm thinking of. There was the.
I'm excited to see all of the new things with the weapons, but there's a part where you fight some of the tribe members, and so we can talk about this. They now gave her like a special move where she loads this charge into her spear and slams a spear on the ground and it freaks out. But did you pay attention to when she was shooting the armor of the guy and how it would like react to what she was shooting with?
So in general, that was in the first game. Armor pieces that you hit that like took durability damage did actually highlight. They would show that like you did something.
But this one looked like it highlighted different colors depending on what you hit it with.
Well, the big thing is right after her special attack. I actually went back. Because I wasn't watching it live, I backpedaled a few times. She does her special move, and she like jumps onto the guy with the spear, and then she flies backwards off of him, and then she shoots an arrow at him.
Hell.
In that moment, after she did the special attack, he had a ring. It was like an
exposed weakness, right?
Or something along those lines, and then she shot that, and there was a big particle effect for her hitting the bullseye.
And so it looks like we're getting some like new interactions with different types of armor and such, specifically with enemies, because there really wasn't that when you fought raiders. They just had some armor. Most of the time you shoot,
those guys also had
shot them in the head, and most raiders just fucking died. Like when you did a raider camp, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Right. There was usually like maybe one or two guys that would have a face mask on, which meant that you couldn't headshot them. But those guys in this tribe or whatever, they were like layered up with the armor. They had so much on, which is good because it made it so that they had no exposed weakness, so you have to blow armor off of them, which was key to fighting machines too, right? Like that was one of the big aspects of fighting machines was, other than a few that had very specific exposed weak points like an eye or whatever, most of them just you just really needed to use some type of tool to expose a weakness and then hit it with stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
I think
super cool.
I thought it was super awesome. I thought the gameplay with the Tremor Tusk was really cool. Fighting it, finally like exposing its belly, shooting the belly so it blows up. Because when it walks by, you can kind of see the jiggling of the belly underneath. And if you remember, I can't remember what they're called, but they're the things that had the big jelly sack on the back of them. If you could
there was something with an underbelly in the first game too. It was another big. Yes, there was a big creature that. Oh man, I cannot remember what this thing was, but there was something. There was a big creature that had. It was like a. It wasn't an elephant, but it was
there's one that has a big sack on the back of it. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I could have sworn there was one that had a big explosive thing on their underbelly, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was a dinosaur-based one. I don't know. But yes, that was really cool.
Let me look at all of the machines in Horizon Zero Dawn.
I think it was called like a something belly or a bellow
the
something.
The bellow is the one you're thinking of. It's the one with the thing on the back. Yeah,
I thought it was on their belly.
A fire bellow back or a freeze bellow back. Yeah, that's the one. That's the thing I'm talking about. It's on their back. It has like a. It does have a gill thing that like puffs up, but it's not nearly as big as the back one. Because they're kind of like in a sense, like Komodo dragon, where it has the puffy gill thing up front. But the big sack was on the back. You could get behind it and blow up the sack on the back of it.
Oh my god. This person is 6'2". You have to fight like 4 different admins in this place. They're all gonna have 6 Pokemon.
Fucking annoying and probably kind of hard.
Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna catch anything today, because we have to do all of this place. Then we have to go to Geosane Town. We do get the legendary today, and we'll probably have to reset for it.
And
but
I think Forbidden West looks fucking awesome. I can't wait to play it on a PlayStation 5. I'm gonna play it downstairs on my QLED. Like that's a game I don't know if I'm gonna stream the first time I play it, because I want to experience it in fucking 4K HDR, not on my tiny monitor.
I will say I was seeing stuff that was hoping for a 4K patch, or sorry, a 60 FPS patch of the original for PlayStation 5, which might have convinced me to play it again, because now that we do have the PS5 and it's also, I already own it, I can just download it.
I don't think every game needs that treatment. I think it's fine. I think you can leave it where it is. It's a great game. It doesn't need that aspect.
That's true. It doesn't need it, but like if they did it, it might convince me to play it again. Because I started it like a year ago, near the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, I'm going to play Horizon Zero Dawn again. Good. And I played for like 2 hours one night, and then I didn't pick it back up again. But I wouldn't mind playing it all again.
The game is so damn good. Just, So I'm very excited for that. I'm excited to see where it goes. The big storm that happened at the end, and I was like, oh, what's happening?
It was very weird.
I need to know.
There's some type of disease or plague or blight also that they're trying to solve for.
It's just so good to see Aloy again and see the game and see the machines. And
did you think Erend looked more like a goofball?
Yeah, he kind of did.
He looked a bit more like a doofus, and I was a little peeved almost. Like Erend is supposed to be like kind of a
I think it was more because his face was swollen. It made it look more round because he had like a busted eye and a swollen eye, and I think that's what did it. Is he looked more round, so he looked more like a goof.
He looked like a dork, not like a hardened badass who has a sweet side, which is what he really is.
When he was like, "You guys would be laughing. I had my hammer."
I'm glad he's back.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back, and that they didn't just be like, "Oh, he stayed behind." Because he's like pretty clearly the love interest.
Is he?
Well, There was that one lady that
Yup.
flirts with you in the first game, but Aaron he's the love interest.
So I just I need to play it. 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 And they said, now this was, I don't know if this was confirmed or if it was rumors, but they said 2021. So I would think into this year. I'm thinking like
They have said that last they said it was still. That
I'm
was still
thinking
the plan.
holiday season, right? That makes sense. Release it as the big video game for Christmas. Like
It's almost
has
certainly
to
going to be
be.
Sony's big holiday title.
But Sony is
I
talking
think
about
that's the
how
only reason.
PS5 shortages are going to go all the way into 2022.
You
Oh, that's
too.
gonna suck.
I mean, I have a dark type. And it's for Ace too. I'm going to Mega Evolve. I haven't been bothering, but I'm Mega Evolving for this.
So it's crazy. I'm glad I have my PS5 so I can fucking play this game because I cannot wait to play it. I think it's gonna just be so cool. The game hits so many good things. Great story, great gameplay, interesting enemies, great world to explore. It's one of the only games where I've listened and read all the lore and I listened to all the codexes and I do all this stuff. It's the first game where it really grabbed me to do all that because the world is fascinating.
Fingers crossed that ME2 hooks you in that way.
I don't know about
Still waiting on that
hooking me
one.
in that way. The gameplay is much better. What game are we talking about? We're talking about Horizon Forbidden West.
The
There's
trailer
the
that
20-minute
was announced
gameplay
today.
from Sony
Or
State
that
of
was-
Play. But we're also kind of talking about Horizon Zero Dawn as well, and just how much fun and great those games were. And we have friends that said that they weren't really that
into it.
I was just saying, that game's so good. Yeah, we have two friends who said that game was kind of okay, and then we have another friend who's like, that game is the best game I've ever played. Which I agree. It's probably one of the best games I've ever played.
I also agree. Oh, by the way, in this dungeon, you have to visit. There's a bunch of these little side rooms. They're required. They're not just little items. Go in all of them. You do not want to backtrack in this place.
Oh God.
But yes, I am so beyond excited for it.
And the first game before the DLC came out, I got a good amount of hours out of that game.
Oh yeah, it's not a super long game.
I think I played it for 30 to 40. God damn, I have hiccups. Probably 30 to 40.
I don't know. You probably played it more than that. And the best part is, here was the frustrating part for me. You did, when you played it first, I played it ahead of you. And you waited. The story has a fork at one point where you can do one of two things.
I went and did every side quest piece. Literally
did
everything else.
Single thing.
And then did the story.
Except for the one thing I wanted you to do, which was the thing that really locked the story in for me as amazing. You were enjoying.
Oh God, I love doing
obviously.
side quests in that game.
But you were pretty about the story. Up until
at
it really all
first,
came
I was
together.
the story's okay. I mean, what I'm really playing it for is this world and these and the gameplay. The gameplay is great. And then, if we're talking about the same thing, what really solidifies it is when you go to that crater thing.
The bad news.
The blacksmith thing, whatever they call it, up in the top of the map.
Yeah.
After you meet the Sun Tribe.
Yeah. You did the whole Meridian stuff with Aaron first,
and then.
Yeah, and I did other
it's
things
this. I think we're talking about the same thing because it's when you get introduced to the corruption and such.
The bad news.
God, that game is so fucking good. But yeah, I waited because I was I'm so engrossed doing all this side quest stuff. I like to do all the train missions and all the raider camps and do all these things. Make sure I get all my upgrades for my bow and for my slingshot and my cables. And Joe's just sitting there. Do the story.
Just please just
do the story, Andrew. God damn it.
I'm just do literally one more mission, and you were.
I want to do everything else. This is great. I'm having a blast. You see Joe having a fucking aneurysm trying to just not scream at me to do the story.
Yeah.
But I did the story and I had a great time.
Yeah. Like I said, I am hopeful genuinely that ME2 starts to hook you with the story, because you have to have noticed already that the conversations are a lot more
everything
in-depth.
about that game is significantly better than the first one. Let's just...
Yeah. First one, did I ever show you the picture of what the UI looked like in the first game for battle?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, I should. It's really bad.
I thought the UI in the first game was just booty cheeks.
It was... I wouldn't say it's bad, but it just wasn't...
It's not good.
Great. It was fine.
So yeah, for those, we kind of switch topics here. I'm playing Mass Effect for the first time. I finished the first one last week. And it's an okay game. I really don't know if I could really give that much credit to the first game. It's old.
It's old, but it's good. Oh, hey, whoa. TM for Megahorn in this room.
It's a solid okay game. The story is really good, but the gameplay is fairly mediocre. The assets are not great, and you can really kind of tell from like how much they reuse stuff and how much
the textures.
There's not a lot of variation in Mass Effect 1. I loaded into Mass Effect 2 and immediately I was like, holy shit, this looks great. This is cleaner, it's smoother, all these pop-ups are nice, the UI is better, like this looks good. Familiar, but looks really good. Like I don't feel like the conversations are something I just want to get through. It's a lot better.
The first one, you could tell that you were there for the story, and you would ask one or two questions sometimes. By and large, you just ignored.
The people that I really wanted to talk to, I would talk to more than anything else. But other than that, it's like, I don't really care about anything else you have to say. Tali's character, I really enjoy. I think that character's great.
She's apparently, some data has come out because they have like reporting data on this game. Tali is the most popular squad mate.
Also, it doesn't help that she has electronics and decryption, so, you know.
Yeah, she helps. She's useful too. ME2, in case you were not aware, none of that. There's nothing like that. The only thing is, at higher difficulty levels, certain skills become sort of overvalued. And so, in that sense, certain squad mates are more useful because they have certain abilities. But, like, for the most part, there's really no reason. And especially if you're playing on normal, there's no reason for you to specifically use one squad mate over another. Okay. Use who you want. Okay. Try out all the characters. There's 12 of them. But yeah, no, this game is also going to be better about every time you do a story mission, of which there are also more of those in this game. Mass Effect 1 had like 6 total story missions or something like that. It was almost entirely side content. This game has a lot more story content, and they are way better about every time you do story content, basically every single person on the ship will have new dialogue for you. Individuals every now and then will go a couple missions without stuff, but by and large, it is a lot more rewarding to talk to your whole squad a lot more often.
In Mass Effect 1, I only talked to... Did you battle these two already?
You don't battle them, but I already did that room, yeah. That's Dexio and Cena.
Nice. I wish I was. They just give you stuff. But I'm not, so I'm sad. Yeah, for Mass Effect 1, I only cared about a couple of the squad mates. Garrus is fine. Tali's fantastic. Rex is great. What a great character. Like, Williams and Caden, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, they're
I don't give a fuck.
I agree. I think that I personally think Caden was more interesting, but he doesn't... Ashley doesn't really do it for me. There's nothing about her that is like, oh, I'm interesting. She's like religious, but in space, I guess.
She's
Like
very
that's kind of
dull.
interesting. I get she's kind of a
Mostly
racist, maybe. Kind of a
Pretty
space
much.
racist. Whereas Caden has the biotics, and he has a way
Yeah,
more
it's
interesting
like-
backstory. Though Ashley does have a backstory that you have to
Like,
kind of get
he
it out of her.
was in the biotic camp and was treated like shit, and he ends up killing the dude and all that. It's like, that's a cool backstory, but at the same time, it's like...
And I don't know if you heard Ashley's backstory,
Yeah.
where her father was the one that surrendered. Her grandfather was the one that surrendered in the alien battle.
Thunder Punch, what a
the
gross
First Contact
fucking
War.
TM.
That's an okay
so
move. I really want my Celebi to frickin' learn Psychic
Heal,
already.
though, which is what I really wanted.
But yeah, I agree. Caden and Ashley definitely not super great. Do you mind what I consider to be a fairly minor spoiler about ME2? It's not
No,
plot
I'll play it and
related.
we'll find out.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
If I don't find out, then maybe, but I'll play it at least. And...
Well, it's not something that you would find. It's a not thing, not a yes thing.
No.
Does that make sense? It's telling you that something is not true, as opposed to telling you that something is true.
No.
Okay. Anyways, I think that you will like your overall. I think you'll like your squad options better this time around. Honestly, only one of them's a dud, and that's Jacob. We
I
already
don't
got out
mind
of
him.
the way.
I think he's okay.
He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him, but he will never do a single thing that makes you think that he is interesting or want to make you use him more. Ever. He will literally never do that.
No,
Not once.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 admins. It's
I
gonna be
do
like a
think it's
12 Pokemon
funny
battle.
that games do certain things and then they kind of like are predictable. Because there's the guy that you meet when you're escaping after everything happens in ME2, and Jacob's like, "Wait, what were you doing in here?" And you immediately go, "Okay, so he's the one who did the attack." And then
I was really fun. I haven't started ME2 yet again, but I watched my husband play, and every line of dialogue I was like, "Oh,
he's super
suspicious."
sus. He's super sus. The game basically is showing you, yeah, he's the bad guy. You're not going to feel bad about what happens to him because, yes, he is the bad guy.
Yeah.
I think it's funny
Yep.
because they're really not trying to hide it.
No, they don't. I enjoyed watching because I had forgotten about that, but then I watched you play it, and then I watched my husband play it, but I was paying more attention, and I was like, "Oh God, yeah, no, he is so suspicious." But yeah, you're about to get, and I will also mention this: one of the DLC squad mates. The DLC squad mate recruitments don't even have missions;
Thank
you just
God.
find them. And one of the ones, so you're about to go to the place with
yeah.
the scientist. You will walk in the door, and at the end of the first hallway, you will see one of the DLC squad mates, and you'll chat with him, and then he will be like, "All right, I'm going to go in on the
Sweet.
ship. Bye."
2 squad mates in
then
one,
add them.
baby.
And that's it. Well, 3. There's a third one on that
Nice.
place too. The Archangel is there.
I just don't get to bang Liara again, which is sad, Panda.
True. Yeah, that you already know because you've looked at the romance stuff. That Liara will
also,
not be a squad mate.
when you talk to the elusive
The
man,
elusive man. He says
she's
specifically,
with the Shadow Broker.
"I don't trust her. She's."
So it's like, oh, okay, we're never gonna bang her again because we don't trust her. So that's gonna be unfortunate.
Yes. Also, by the way, ME2, great. You'll have some great DLCs. You'll get some interaction with her.
I figure
You're not going to not.
I figure we're
her.
gonna run into her, but it's not gonna be a thing where she joins the team, that's fine. That's fine.
You're correct.
Whatever. No big deal.
Yep.
Fusion Flare.
Oh, that's his signature. Yeah. Let's see. Your other DLC squad mate, Kasumi. She's really cool. She has one of the most powerful.
Kasumi.
Every character has a special move for her. Yeah, her name's
Persona 5?
Kasumi Goto. No.
Well, you say Kasumi,
Oh. Her name is Kasumi. Yeah, Kasumi Goto.
but that's Persona 5 Royal. No,
Her last name's
Persona-
Goto?
Kasumi is Persona 5 Royal. is the new character.
Kasumi is. She has a really good. Every single squad mate has a completely unique move.
Well, that's a good way to make
really
them
good,
more interesting.
She's
to make the squad bits. Which I do have to say,
I believe you have to do their loyalty mission.
The abilities are just way better already. Like the singularity is better. It moves slower, but it is better.
The only like downside, but it's for balancing purposes, is that you've shared cooldowns. Every ability goes on cooldown when you use any ability, which
that
in
was
ME1
not the case, and then you could very much spam the shit in ME1, and it made it very strong.
Yes. It made it a little too strong. This one, the cooldowns are still reasonable. It's well balanced, but yes, use any ability, and every ability goes on cooldown.
That does suck.
You also, though, in this game, you can map 3 abilities to buttons, which helps a lot. But no, Kasumi is really good. Her special ability, I think, she's all stealthy. If I recall, it like puts her in. She like becomes invisible. She cloaks herself and then gets. Her first attack out of cloak gets a bunch of bonus damage or something like that, which is just a really strong ability. It's just really useful, and I guess you will at some point. This is just I believe at a certain point you will unlock the ability to pick any one of your squad mates' signature ability, and you can use it too.
If you do enough of them.
And so Kasumi's is a popular one to really do that with.
So. That's what I would probably put.
One of my favorites is, and well, I won't say any more than that. There's one that's really strong, but there's good reason to not take it.
All right, I'm in the admin fight.
And then, yeah, they're not both together, thankfully. Oh, good. He swaggered and then roared. Perfect. Let's see.
We got Dragon Quest.
We do have Dragon Quest to talk about,
which I am hyped for. I think it's really cool.
You know, I mean, Dragon Quest 12, I don't have any emotions about. Number one, because I've never played a Dragon Quest game, but number two, because all they did was give a logo and a title, which is like, okay, good to know, so, thumbs up. But
so
this
for those
is like
who are ill-informed in all things Dragon Quest, number one, shame on you. Number two, the 35th anniversary of Dragon Quest happened yesterday. Or technically today. Is it still the 27th in Japan?
I have no idea. No, it's not in Japan.
Right. So anyway, the 35th anniversary of Dragon Quest happened, so they had a big stream about all the new Dragon Quest games that are coming out. And one of the last things they did was reveal the logo for Dragon Quest 12. And it's like this like fire thing that happens, and it pans up and it says Dragon Quest 11, and then another fire streak comes down and it says 12 all of a sudden. So you're like, oh, that's cool. It was 11, but it's 12. Are they going to be related? I don't know. But what's got the internet abuzz is a couple of things. Is they said it's going to be more of an adult story. So, you know, a little bit probably more dark. People are probably going to die. Way more darker themes, because most Dragon Quest games are like really lighthearted. It's not like a crazy.
That
it's
is
not
something
like a crazy deep dark story, except for maybe 6, but it's still really not that dark. And so they're like, this is gonna be more of geared towards adults and such, and this and that, and it's like, okay, cool, but they're thinking of changing the battle system, which has me nervous, because they say it's still going to be a command style, which means to me still turn-based, but I'm hoping they don't do oh god, I switched to the wrong Pokemon. I'm hoping they don't do like a Final Fantasy VII Remake action-based thing or anything like that.
You say that and you still have only played the demo of that game.
I want Dragon Quest to always
I know what you want. I'm just saying you need to play that actual game.
I already played the demo. It can't be that much different.
I still think I have heard. I don't know. I think that you will enjoy it more than you think you will. That's all. I think you will actually enjoy it. I think you'll actually enjoy the retelling of the story and the voice acting and the beautiful scenery. And I think you'll enjoy the gameplay too. It's fun. It's hacky slashy fun. It's fun.
I didn't like it when I played the demo, and I've been playing Yeast 9. Because we've had some conflicts, like playing Mass Effect 2 and such. You've been busy and just.
Yeah, I want to. On one hand, number one, I want to watch you play, but also, I need to freaking I need to start it myself. I'm gonna be playing all day tomorrow. So it's like
I think tomorrow what I'm doing is I think we're farming the new guy in Monster Hunter, which I can also talk about later.
I mean, if you want to play Mass Effect in the evening, I'm gonna probably play all day. And so if you want to play in the evening, I will almost certainly be well past in the story, like wherever you get. So I'm basically gonna wake up and then I'm gonna play Mass Effect all day.
Also, if it rains like all day Monday, I'll probably play then too, because we'll be off work and such. So I'll probably play some this weekend, just in general.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably play all day Saturday or Friday. Saturday, we're probably gonna have some friends around,
Saturday's
so I'm probably not gonna get to play. Oh shit!
It's an event,
Switch.
so we have like product that's coming in and such. So it's a big thing.
Do I one shot with Secret Sword?
I've been playing.
I don't think I've been
playing Yeast 9, and I like that style of like action RPG. Final Fantasy VII Remake, the demo that I played, did not feel as fluid as Yeast does. And everybody says, I mean, I've talked to some people and they say, "Oh, it's better than the demo," but I talked to another person who played the demo and played the entire game, and it's like, it's more or less the same as the demo, so don't expect anything crazy. It's like, oh, okay, well then I am gonna think it's a mediocre game style, and then I'm gonna go on with my life.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good, and there's nothing wrong with playing a game and being like, well, the gameplay is fine, it's okay, but the story is just so good. 1. And I think you could do the exact same thing with 7R and just be I love these characters and I love this story and the visuals are so good, so I'm not going to do much side questing. I'm just going to mostly get through it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
When am I going to play it? And now that we have it, it free, and I don't want to buy the PS5 version with some of the extra content and such. Like what a way to shoehorn us into a game, Square Enix. I don't really feel like doing that, so I probably will end up playing it eventually. But I got to get through all these Mass Effect games.
Yeah.
Plus Yeast 9. Plus Bravely Default 2.
Which, for the record, I think you will... Again, Mass Effect 2, I think once you get to know some of these new characters... Because, spoilers, they throw more new characters at you early in the game. I definitely want to see your next play session, because you're going to meet some people that I'm very interested in you meeting. Okay, I'm finally done with these two battles.
On my second one now, it's a fucking mill tank.
I need to go heal, too. I took some damage in the first one, and then they threw you straight into the second one, too.
Spikes or rocks or whatever. The rock move that does thorns. Spikes.
What is that move called? Well, there's spikes, and there's rock.
Thundir might know. Thundir might know the rock move that does the spikes things.
Is it just called? It's not just called Spike Rocks. I know it's not just called Spike Rocks. Where does this go? An item. Okay.
What Thundir? What's the move that's like
Stealth Rock?
Is it Stealth Rock?
It is Stealth Rock.
Is it Stealth Rock?
It is Stealth Rocks. It's Stealth Rocks technically, but yeah, it's Stealth Rock.
Yep, it is Stealth Rock. Holy shit, strategy, new stuff. He Googled it, I bet.
And then spikes and poison spikes. Oh, okay, no, let's get back to Dragon Quest, though, real fast. Because I do care about Dragon Quest 3.
So this is the fun part, this is the third remake of Dragon Quest 3. We have the original, we have the DS port, and then we have the HD 2D HD remaster.
They have a logo now. I don't know if you picked up on that. But they had an HD 2D logo. So that team is now like a studio with a logo with
cool as fuck,
projects, which is very
I
cool.
will play this Dragon Quest remake because this will be my first time.
Honestly, I might too. I'm a big Octopath fan. I liked.
It looks really good. This is also considered one of the best. Dragon Quest 3 is considered one of the best, if not the best, Dragon Quest game.
It looks really slick.
So,
what's the other? There's two 2D HD 2D games. There's Project Triangle Strategy,
Octopath.
which is coming out. There's Octopath. There was another one before that, right?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. Maybe there is, and I just can't think about it.
I swear there was.
But
of course, everything I Google right now is just about the new remake or whatever. Square Enix games.
what is? I can't remember who the hero is for Dragon Quest 3.
It's the one with the spiky hair and the
That's
purple cape.
That should be Eldrick. But I don't think.
Erdrick, you mean?
Oh, sorry. There's Edwick from Dragon Quest 11 and Erdrick from Ugh, that's so confusing. I forget. Yeah, who? I can't remember who the.
I swear that Octopath was their second HD 2D game.
Maybe.
Apparently, they trademarked it
That's
2
really
years
cool.
ago, which is probably when they decided to form it into a studio and establish a name. It just said I just keep seeing people referencing Octopath and it was the Bravely team. Duh. It wasn't HD 2D, but it was the Bravely team. They are the ones that have turned into the HD 2D team.
Yeah, it's the third game that features Erdrick. Yeah. Yeah. Because 1, 2, and 3 all feature Erdrick. But in Dragon Quest 11, you go see Erdwick, if I remember correctly. And it's not the same, but it looks the same as the other one, as Erdrick. And it's like, what the fuck's going on, game? What are you doing? God, games are so good. Dragon Quest is just so consistent, and that's what makes it so good. It's just so fucking consistent.
Strategy, that seems like a problem that I am sure is just such a nightmare to deal with.
IT guy, apparently,
because people have got to be so stupid about it.
So I heard, I don't know if this is actually true, but there's a rumor from the IT that my state has an open Wi-Fi, like a guest Wi-Fi, and so that people could use it to get off the network, so that whatever they look up, would be not on the state systems.
Basically treating the symptoms instead of the problem. Yeah, I don't blame them.
So, yeah.
That's funny.
I was like, damn, that sucks.
I do remember one time one of my friends at work said he heard somebody open up their phone to what almost immediately was porn sounds, and then it immediately silenced.
Yep.
And it was one of those things where somebody probably just had something on their phone, and honestly,
like from the night
mistake,
before and forgot, and then
yeah. Innocent mistake, but it was when we were in offices with cubes,
you don't
wouldn't necessarily know if you weren't exactly right. Like maybe you would know. You'd be like, I think it came from.
Where is it? I gotta sniff it out. Where's the porn? Anyway,
yeah.
So for more Dragon Quest stuff, they announced a new mobile game, which makes their 4th fucking mobile game. But this is puzzle based. It looks like it's like a match 4, or match 3 type of game. So that's cool. Those games are fun. They're very simple and very fun. I hear my dog barking like an asshole.
Where do I go next?
And so
go next.
That's cool. Then we have
again.
Dragon Quest Treasures, which is like this little treasure hunting type game. If you've ever played a Final Fantasy game, then you know of like Chocobo Mystery Dungeon or Pokemon Mystery Ranger. Or Pokemon Rangers.
Just Pokemon Rangers.
I think it seems to be kind of like that, where you go and do these adventures and stuff. That game looks really cool. It's based off one of the characters from Dragon Quest XI, Eric. He's a fan favorite. People really like him. I think he's a really cool character too. He has a good backstory. So, Dragon Quest. I mean, I'm just gonna say it again. Dragon Quest XI is really good. Play it if you haven't, people. It's available on Switch, on PC, and PS4. Play it. It's great.
I have legitimately thought about it.
It's such just a good time, and the definitive edition really helps.
Oh, this guy has one Pokemon.
Oh,
it's a
boy.
Rayquaza.
What's up, Rayquaza? How you doing?
Level 46 too, and I don't have any Ice type moves. Oh, I guess I have Spatial Rend though on my Celebi. But yeah, I am actually legitimately interested in playing Dragon Quest III on the remaster, just because I thoroughly enjoyed Octopath, and if that team, if the story was already decent, and then the effects from the game, like sure,
now the
why
question
not?
is, do I play it on the PS4 or do I play it on the Switch? Because that game looks great to play on the Switch.
I agree. I think it would be an excellent
it looks
Switch
great
choice.
to play on the Switch.
Octopath was on the Switch and looked great.
I mean, because
it's 2D
HD,
too,
so it doesn't need like really high definition, and it would be fine playing handheld because the original was NES anyway. Or it would still look good being played up on the screen. So either way, it's kind of like a win-win.
Well, it's heavily stylized too. It doesn't rely on like the same type of graphical fidelity that like Horizon Forbidden West relies on
good
to look
textures
good
and polygons and such. Where this game is like
and lots of objects
this
and
game
stuff
is
like
more
that.
Like it's stylized and looks pretty. It's a Zelda game, like Zelda Wind Waker, or it's stylized, so it will always hold up.
Yep. Agreed.
So I
still fingers crossed. We've got just a couple weeks left till E3. I'm just so hoping we get Zelda news. Just give me all the ports, please.
Release date. I don't know if they gave a release date for this.
No,
it was just announced. It's gonna be. So yeah, Dragon Quest III HD Remake revealed will release worldwide simultaneously, which means we don't have to wait a shit ton of time. Japan will get it, and then we'll get it like we did with Dragon Quest XI. Because that sucked. Waiting all that time.
Yeah. Yep. Wait, did you just fight your rival?
No, I was still.
Oh no, you are.
Battle.
Sorry. You're the girl. I was like, wait, did you just fight the? It was just a cutscene of you.
It's a Tyranitar.
That's all.
I was so happy we got to take a
Indeed it
picture of that in Pokemon Snap.
I also agree, and I haven't played Pokemon Snap in a few days just because I've been so busy.
In a hot minute because I've been playing other games.
But I'm still enjoying just replaying levels, taking more pictures.
I want to play
it's just
more
fun.
of it. I just haven't had the time because I'm trying to do other games at the same time. So it's like this game, I technically beat it, so it gets on the back burner, and I can always just come back when I don't like. If I have a gaming lull for a little bit, come back, play a couple levels, and then just keep going. It's not something that I need to like constantly do all the time. The game is fantastic, and I loved it.
Right.
And we got so we do actually have to go with not being a Pokemon podcast. We have the cover arts and the release dates for all of the new Pokemon games. They announced that this week.
Yes. Which people are very suspicious about.
Why is that?
Arceus. Because basically the trailer showed a lot of promise, but looked rough.
I'm very skeptical.
And people are like, this game's coming out in January? You guys...
See...
that you do not have enough time to make that game.
It makes me wonder if they showed us like some alpha footage and they've been working on it nonstop.
It's possible that it was early capture footage that they specifically made just like to try to capture for a trailer.
Also,
and that it actually looks
alpha
great.
Beta doesn't mean shit in a gaming world. Like there's difference of what they actually are to people. What they showed was like an early beta, probably rather than an alpha. But people will be like, "Oh, they showed us alpha data." No.
It's alpha. I've seen this before. Alpha is
bare
no
bones
textures,
frames.
Just like the polygons, like just polygons and no textures and missing half the features. But it could have been it could absolutely have been some flavor of beta. And it could have been testing, could have been explicitly developed just for a trailer.
So
all that
I
jazz.
agree, though.
But yeah,
I agree with the
it's
internet.
sketchy.
I'm a little worried because it looked like the frame rate was not great, and
The frames of the non-player character, like the Pokemon frame
not
rates,
only
were really
that,
low.
was it
Like weirdly.
very empty world. For like a world where you're supposed to be catching Pokemon even without your own Pokemon or whatever, like, because that's like, oh, catch a Pokemon, but you don't actually need a Pokemon to do it. The world was empty.
Yeah, it was very much like I saw a really good comment. They need help from Monolith because those fuckers know how to make a world. You put Xenoblade 2 next to Pokemon Sword and Shield, and when you talk about world design, and it's insane. And they also, Monolith did the world design, or much of it, for Breath of the Wild, which is emptier, but also
Breath of the Wild is pretty empty
by design. But it was literally post-apocalyptic. Like, it is kind of supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
I will
give it
than
that.
It should
sure, it is supposed to be post-apocalyptic. That's fine. So it does fit the bill. At the same time, it's really fucking empty. It's really empty.
I agree. It could have used more in more places. I don't think you're wrong at all. But I also think that like Sword and Shield is empty.
Yes.
And I also don't
forget where I
like
go. This fucking.
You need to go to the right door now.
I did the very
it's
right
annoying.
door, but now I don't like.
I can help guide you through it because I've been figuring it out.
This. All right, I need to go this way.
Yes, and then you go on the far right one.
Way over there. Way over there.
Yeah. Yeah, so go that, and then you go on the far right one. You go straight down, yes.
Okay. Yep, this is what I was doing wrong.
Dugong. Okay.
Oh, do I go?
And then you're going to work your way back up. You can go do that teleport pad, though.
Yep.
It has just an item.
This is where I was supposed to be. This is where I was missing. All right.
And then go on the right one of your next. You have a choice of two. Do the one on the right.
So this one here. Okay.
Yeah. The one on the left just sends you backwards.
So as I said, we have treasures. We have the mobile game. We have Dragon Quest 12. There was one other game that got announced.
There's some mobile thing,
that's the
right?
puzzle mobile game. It looks like a match 3, match 4 type of mobile game.
Yeah, there was some other minor thing that's.
There's treasures. Oh, Dragon Quest 10 information that.
Oh, the Dragon Quest 10 offline because
Dragon Quest 10 is an MMO. It's been around since 2012 and it's really, really popular. But you can't play it unless you play it in the West.
Yeah,
which I have a VPN. I could play it. Sorry,
in the East, you mean?
In the East, it's never come to the West, is what I meant to say. But I just mixed the two together. I have a VPN. I could play it if I wanted to. If I wanted to learn Japanese, but I don't know Japanese, so I can't play it. And apparently people love that game, and it's never gonna come here because it said even in the 35th stream, no plans of worldwide release. But then they showed Dragon Quest X offline, and it didn't have the same no worldwide release in it as.
It's not an MMO, but it is.
Well, it's the same
game.
story, but it's not the MMO aspect of the game of Dragon Quest X. So it's like. You'll get the story without having to do the MMO. So I'm wondering if that comes to the West rather than them having to do a whole MMO structure and do all that stuff. So either way, hopefully that's cool. If you like Dragon Quest, if you like JRPGs, check out the stream because we have a lot of cool stuff coming. And then we have E3 in 3 weeks?
A week and a half. Week and a half.
Fuck yeah, baby.
All the stuff we've been seeing these couple weeks has basically been from all the companies that aren't going to be at E3 trying to get ahead of it. Sony's not at E3
they're going to do a
this
bigger
year.
Sonic/Sega,
they're not at
E3.
E3.
Bigger presentation, or else that really sucks if Forbidden West.
Nintendo, I know, is putting out a Direct, but I don't think they're going to be at E3. But I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong on that front.
Nintendo's going to. They have to give us something from Breath of the Wild 2 Because even with the Skyrim,
yes.
port thing, they said, "I know you're expecting Breath of the Wild 2. Give us more time." It has to be.
Skyward
Skyward
Sword, not
Sword.
Skyrim.
I'm so
Like, what the
sorry.
fuck are you
I'm so
talking
stupid.
about?
Jesus Christ. Skyrim infects your brain. It's always there. It never leaves.
I mean, I'll be totally honest. A couple weeks ago, I was like,
no,
again.
No,
Not gonna do
no, I refuse.
But I technically started. I started Fallout 4 and never actually finished it. So if I ever pick up a random side game, it'll be that to wrap it up.
Cheeks. Not really. Skyrim's great. I just don't want to play it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna save real fast. I'm gonna go make my other drink while you're catching
so slow, and my brain's so stupid.
Talk about
Skyward
well, don't talk about Nintendo. You're not allowed to talk about Nintendo. Just talk about Dragon Quest.
I love Dragon Quest. Play Dragon Quest, please. We need more people. If you like Dragon Ball, you'll like Dragon Quest. There you go. I sold it for you. Boom. You like playing as Gohan with a sword? Play Dragon Quest. Boom. I sold it again. Look at that. Look at me. They should hire me as a advertiser? Business analyst. I don't know what you would call it. Either way, they should hire me for that because I love Dragon Quest. I think it's great. I say I love Dragon Quest. I've only played like 4 of them. I've played the first one on an NES emulator. I've played 8. I've played 7? 6? 7? No. What's the one on the DS? It's the really long one with all the tablets. Fuck. It's either 7 or 9. It's like either right before 8 or right after 8. I've played both of the Dragon Quest Heroes games. I've played both of the Dragon Quest Builders games, and then I've played 11, and I loved 11. I think 11 was fantastic. The only reason why I haven't played the earlier ones is I've never gotten a way to like easily get an official copy of them, because like even buying the DS games are really expensive, so I could play them on a port, which I probably, or not on a port, I'm stupid, on an emulator, which I probably should do because they're really good. But now I get to play Dragon Quest 3 on the remake, which I'm very excited about. Very excited about. I want to play it. It looks so good. I think Octopath Team, that team does such good work. Making a 2D game look like, make it pop like that is such an incredible talent. I think that's fucking awesome. I'm going to hit that thing with a spirit bomb, baby. Just taking so long. I also need another drink, and my ear is bothering the shit out of me. So, by the way, guys, if you didn't know this, when you have allergies, your eardrum can like recess in a little bit and hurt your
okay.
Oh, that's a Lugia. Fuck. It can suck. Let's talk about my ear, and it hurts. I need to go get some ibuprofen, and maybe that'll help.
Do it if you need to.
Know. She said it could take 3 months to get better. I'm like, this sucks. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what to tell you.
It's so booty. I am gonna get some ibuprofen though, because it's starting to fucking irritate me. I'll be back quicker than two shakes of a lamb's tail. I don't know how fast a lamb shakes its tail.
Okay. All right, stories. Okay. As you're not that interesting, it's cutscene time. Oh god, right, I can't even mash through this one. Pretty art, though. Oh no, did I freeze? I froze, didn't I? Well, that's great. This happened last time too. Why does this keep happening? Why?
Oh, really? You've been frozen for a while, and people are just now telling us? Thanks, guys. This is how much people Joe and pay attention.
Well, I think I froze right before I walked away. Is the problem, so I didn't really see it. I mean, I know how to fix it. It's just not very convenient because I have to get onto the floor.
Yeah. Yay! This will be in the recording. This is why it's raw. I just went and took ibuprofen, but I'm gonna move the my headset's gonna look really weird.
It's back.
Cause I'll have the headset off my ear.
Conveniently, it was during the story cutscene thing.
Which does not matter.
Well, which does not matter, and also I cannot mash through. Yeah. So, I apologize.
It's fine.
I don't know what it is.
I don't actually know either.
I don't know. It's probably just my computer being shitty. I don't really have more to say about it than that.
I'm gonna build you a new one.
Okay, E3 things. Nintendo, I hope we get Zelda ports. I hope we get mostly Zelda ports.
I hope we get Zelda ports and Zelda
from
ports.
Nintendo.
We need to see the new Metroid.
I would really hope we would see Metroid. I would love to see Bayonetta 3.
I know that we'll see RF5. We'll get an announcement for Rune Factory.
Yeah. From Nintendo though, I guess we could maybe see a new Mario title.
How long has it been since Odyssey?
Maybe. It was a release title.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's been 3 years. Still shocked we haven't seen Odyssey 2. Use that engine. It was an amazing game.
It's been 4 years. We'll see Odyssey.
Yeah. Just give us Odyssey 2. And if they make something totally new, fine. But Odyssey was just so amazing. Ride the coattails. Just give us Odyssey 2. Just fucking give us Odyssey 2 already.
Yeah, that would be a good announcement. I don't know.
But like, I don't need another. We got Mario Golf coming, so we don't really need another Mario sports game. We don't need Mario Party again. They just released the weird online functionality for it, which big fan of. Great.
Mario Kart.
We should do that on stream. We should do Mario. I don't think they're going to do
Mario Kart 8 has been since the Wii U.
And it is still the #1 selling game. Why make it compete with itself?
Because why not sell more?
Right. They're selling Mario Kart 8 now. Wait until the hype has died down.
The only reason why
Mario
it
Kart
sold
9.
a bunch now is doesn't it come with some Switches?
No, it is still. I'm saying it is still the #1. It's been the #1 selling Switch game ever since it came out, and it's already. Remember, it's a port of a Wii U game.
Yeah. List of best selling.
It's absolutely bonkers.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
By a not insignificant amount too. It's not exactly
close. It's actually
close.
pretty close.
Is it close to New Horizons? Okay. Which it
but
was
the thing
a timing
is, it doesn't
thing.
come very close. Like Breath of the Wild and Super Smash are the next two. Like Super Smash, Breath of the Wild, Pokemon, and Super Mario Odyssey are all like right there. In 3 through 6, they're only off by like 1 million each step. 1 million copies sold each step. New Horizons and Mario Kart Deluxe are only 2 million away from each other.
Okay.
Considering,
but still,
New
I
Horizons
don't think that
was released last year and Mario Kart 8 was released in 2017. That's insane.
I agree. I think I don't know if we're gonna see Mario Kart 9 yet. I think they might wait another year. I have no doubt it's in development.
They need to just make a new one.
I think it's a good business move to keep milking it at this point.
That's silly.
Strategy. It's still the 2020 Olympics, though it's like 50-50 odds that even happen at this point. The government wants to do it, but like nobody in the country of Japan wants to.
Very unpopular.
Well, and like honestly, I don't think they should. It sucks, and it's gonna partially ruin the lives of the athletes that most athletes only go to one Olympic, and like I can't even imagine. But at the same time, no, like just no. I'm sorry. Like it's really it's absolutely awful. But like no, I'm sorry. You can't do it. You can't do it, especially because apparently Japan is having even more problems with vaccine hesitancy than the U.S. is. They're like 1% vaccinated.
You know, they've been saying something about a Switch Pro for years now. I don't think we'll see a Switch Pro.
Just this week, there was a bunch of like very big places reporting that it was going to happen. Finally,
that means I have to buy a Switch Pro now.
Yeah, and they say that it's going to happen
it says
this
that
summer.
They'll reportedly reveal one in at E3 this year.
Yeah, that's the rumor, and it's going to be more expensive and more powerful.
Well, that's the case. Now I have to buy a new one of those. That sucks because I just bought a new Switch.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. But otherwise, from Nintendo, like Mario, the only thing I want to see from the Mario IP is Odyssey 2. Don't really care about anything else from Mario. I don't think it would be if we got like a WarioWare or a Wario World or a Luigi's Mansion 4. Like, there's some interesting things they could do, but I don't really care. I'm not going to be bummed if I don't see any of those. But like, it would be really cool if they released another, like I personally don't care about WarioWare, though I know a lot of people do. But if they did like Wario Land or something, like that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think they will. I don't think they need to. From Zelda, I want to see ports, and I want to see Breath of the Wild 2. Just say like, hey, yeah, we're gonna put Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on the Switch.
Wind Waker,
you know we were gonna do it.
Just put them all on the Switch.
I would like if they did them all. I don't think they're gonna do them all. But
do
who
Mario,
knows? I would love
do
it.
A Mario
just,
All Stars, what was Zelda?
3D, 3D All Stars Zelda, done, boom, easy. I totally agree. Just seems so painfully obvious. And then I want Breath of the Wild 2, but like I don't need anything else out of them. I don't need the next. I certainly don't think there's going to be the next like actual Zelda game. Like that's certainly way too far off. Breath of the Wild 2 has to happen.
Point. If I wouldn't have bought a new Switch, they would just wait another year to release it, so it wouldn't matter. He's absolutely correct. I think that's one of the things I said, and I was like, man, I don't want to buy a new Switch because I know I'm going to buy one, and then they're going to release a new one, and it'll just be what it is. And then now there's rumors of a new one coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess that's how it works. That's fine. My sacrifice.
Let's see, what else? Pokemon does its own thing, so we're not going to see them at E3 because they do their own... Pokemon does their own announcements, and also we've seen them all, so there's nothing for them to announce right now. Other Nintendo IPs. I don't think we're going to... I think Star Fox is dead, personally.
It's another on-rail shooter, unless they like remaster the port that they did in the DS. Because they released Star Fox 64 on the DS, and it was
on the 3DS, I think.
Unless they do that with like,
or unless they try to just totally reimagine Star Fox in general, just say it's no longer on rails. We're doing something new now, which would alienate their fan base, but might get new people in and let them have more creative freedom.
Yeah, we'll never see a new F-Zero game.
I mean,
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Metroid 4, Bayo 3, both would be cool. Don't know if we're going to see it.
Nope. I mean, maybe.
There's another Pikmin 4, maybe. Maybe. It's possible. There's another main Nintendo IP. Oh, Kid Icarus honestly should be on the Switch. Shocked that they haven't made one on the Switch anyways. It's basically perfect for the Switch.
We already have Forbidden West.
They're not adding.
Oh, I know, but they'll do something within the week or the week before or the next week.
Horizon Forbidden West was it?
No,
that was
they're
their
going to
thing.
do more than that because they did like a big state of play last year too. That's where we got Horizon Forbidden West first announcement.
I suppose maybe, but they haven't announced anything yet.
They'll do something.
I suppose we could get another
We'll
Donkey
see.
Kong game.
Because I bet you we'll see it before we see Ratchet and Clank. We'll see more Forbidden West gameplay. We'll probably see more Final Fantasy 16 gameplay. We'll see something from Software.
I think we'll finally get. I think we'll get news this year on Bethesda's going to be there. I think we're finally going to get Elder Scrolls 6 actual news.
And then what?
If not, we're going to get Starfield.
Didn't they announce that Starfield was going to be an Xbox exclusive?
I do not remember, but I think you might be right. Where is my Pokemon Center?
What do we do? Do I go back upstairs? Basement 3.
Did you?
Down.
Basement 3, yes. You do the cutscene, and then you do.
I gotta do this fight.
Where is the other Pokemon Center?
We fight the big guy.
You don't fight him.
Not Lion Boy. We fight the other guy. Fat, chode looking dude.
Oh, yeah. I already did that fight. I'm trying to figure out where there's Pokemon Center. Play the Geosane Town. I guess we'll get Splatoon 3 news.
They announced that last year.
Yeah, straight up, we will get Splatoon 3
I can't think of everything that
news.
Sony...
Fire Emblem, maybe. It's been a few years, and their turnaround's actually not that.
Yeah, Returnal was from,
quick.
like, Sony's E3 thing last year.
Was it E3?
And then Returnal came out just a little bit ago, but we also had that one game that was like Death Stranding, but not. Do you remember that one?
Yes, and I thought it was the Capcom one, but it's a different one.
Exactly who it was.
Because there's the weird Capcom one that also looks super crazy.
That was at E3 as well. So I'm sure Sony will do some kind of press conference release because
I don't think we're gonna get Animal Crossing DLC.
It just
I don't think that
out.
game.
It doesn't really need like a big thing.
I don't think we're gonna get anything from Xeno. I don't think we're gonna get a Xeno game.
Unless you get,
I
like,
would
a
love
new
it
title
by all
from,
means.
From Monolith.
I don't think they have anything else in the works. Monolith does basically Xeno, and then they do stuff for other. They do Splatoon. They did Breath of the Wild. They do a few other series and franchise, but I don't think they're gonna do. I don't know. Are we gonna do this next part of the? Wait, you're fighting somebody that has the weird floette? That's a coincidence. That's not even obtainable, by the way, in the normal game. They didn't even do it as an event.
Really?
It's just it's in the code. It's the one that Az uses in the cutscenes, but it's not actually ever available. That's funny that you're fighting one at this particular point in the story. Because its flower is the weapon.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Fire Emblem we could maybe see, but they did just turn out Origami King this year. So I don't know if they're going to try to release something. They could announce something for next year, maybe, because it's the same. It's Intelligent Systems. That's a possibility. Yeah, Xeno 3, I don't know. We'll see if they even do a Xeno 3, which they might not. They might just do something different. I think, though, that Xenoblade 2 was successful enough and Definitive Edition was successful enough that I don't think they're going to just... I don't think they're just going to not
way behind.
do...
We already talked about the new Elder Scrolls. No one's listening to us, apparently.
Yeah. Are we going to do this next dungeon? I'm just saying, are we doing it tonight?
Probably not.
I'll go do the first battle, but then I guess we can switch to Wind Waker and do this battle.
Ooh, a hoopla.
Yeah, we can switch to Wind Waker so you have some freedom. Yeah, it's not Unbound, at least, though.
But still an event Pokemon.
True. Still interesting. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't. If Elder Scrolls 6 is an Xbox exclusive, I think Bethesda is good. That's a mistake if they do that. I know that they have a
Yeah,
new
they bought
relationship
them.
with Xbox, and I get it. Yeah, and I get it, but it's Elder Scrolls. I don't think they can. I don't think they can pull it off.
Yeah.
I think that they. I think that they will have some.
It
It
seems
will
like
not
such
do as
a
well.
what's the word? Like a financial cripple that they're doing because so many people have more PlayStations than anything else. It's like, why? Why? Why would you limit yourself in this certain console where you make way more money because more people own like a PS4? So why just say only Xbox? That seems like a terrible idea. Because I
don't know.
I can't remember what the numbers is. I have to look.
I have to imagine they got paid a lot. You know. Yeah, if it's on PC, that's the thing. I don't really PC game
Yeah,
anymore.
Xbox
Not very
One
much.
is 20% of the market, where PlayStation 4 is almost 50% of the market. So you're missing out. The Switch is 32% of the market.
Yeah.
Why miss out on almost 50% of market of people who own a system? That seems like an insanely bad financial decision. How do you bridge a gap
I
without
don't
major
know.
titles being exclusive? Make better games.
Well, that's the thing. You do that by buying better studios because you cannot. Crafting talent takes time, and if you want to be in the market now, you're gonna have to
And that's
buy
the
talent,
thing. But the thing is
not
like
foster it. And so they bought
they did buy
talent.
talent, but they bought talent that was already making games for all systems, and now all of a sudden they want to say you can't do that anymore. You're gonna upset the player base. Where before, like
That
when
said,
we talk about like original Xbox and Xbox 360 days, Bungie was already Microsoft, and so you have this thing where they made Halo, and they only made Halo for Xbox because they were already originally with them.
I think the big thing will be I wouldn't be shocked if Bethesda had contracts in place already that said like we are not going to make this an exclusive
They might
or
do
whatever.
timed
Like
exclusive.
I wouldn't
Maybe.
be shocked if they're like, well, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Bethesda was like, we're making Elder Scrolls 6, and then Sony reaches out and says, we will pay you to make sure that we get to have this title or whatever, right? And they may formalize some of that stuff in case of situations exactly like this. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, but I also could be wrong. You never know.
Say.
All right, I'm gonna go heal again, but then I will stop advancing.
I'm stuck on a beautifly that won't fucking die. It avoided my attack twice.
I'll go. Oh, I can't even leave the town to go just like look at wild Pokemon right now.
We've already caught everything in this area, right?
Yeah, but I was just gonna go see if I found something cool. But I can't even do that. You're basically done.
Do some
you you just gotta do cutscenes and then
which one do I
you
have
fly
to
to Geosame
click?
Town. And then you're there. It doesn't matter. The blue button deactivates the weapon, and the red button activates the weapon, but he will turn it on no matter what. His dialogue, if you do the blue button, is stupid. He's like, you thought your choice mattered? And it's like, oh, what's the fucking point then?
Yeah, I'm still gonna activate it.
Sir?
Yeah,
it's
Forza
just
is
like,
the other.
if you do the red one, he's like, haha,
Forza
you
is
picked
Xbox.
wrong.
Yeah, Xbox has Halo, Forza, and Gears of War. And the last Gears of War was disappointing. Halo Infinite looks bad and has been delayed. And then so you have Forza, which is a racing game, which is kind of niche and where it already goes anyway. So it's like, what exclusive does Xbox even have? PlayStation has Uncharted, Last of Us, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn. Fuck. Like, those are really good titles.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. You buy a big company and then you say it's exclusive, and then people are like, "Oh, I gotta buy an Xbox if I want to play Elder Scrolls." If that's the case, I'm no longer playing Elder Scrolls because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'll wait till it comes out and I can buy it. I just don't care. I'm not buying a console for
Right.
Elder Scrolls.
Would I buy a console for Horizon Zero
Like,
Dawn? Yeah, probably. That game's fucking fire.
yeah,
That game's
yeah,
really good.
good.
You're really good. Elder Scrolls? Nah, they're fun to play, but it's not like console selling.
I don't feel like I'm gonna miss out. Yeah.
Like, I could have missed playing Skyrim.
Yeah, I'm glad I did, but like, I'm not better
Right,
for
yeah,
it.
so Halo and Gears, that's why Microsoft doesn't sell so much. PlayStation releases tons of titles across all across all genres. And we've known PlayStation and Nintendo for that matter to be big time JRPG consoles, and they release a lot of them, where Xbox really didn't do that. And so
They do have Octopath
Yeah.
now, so technically speaking, there could be some new JRPG fans out there because of
right.
Octopath.
But at the same time,
but like that's a
that,
pretty
like,
small.
the games they made were
that's pretty
mostly shooters
narrow.
and racing games and stuff like that. And so, like, yeah, you didn't capture the East audience because you didn't make the games that they wanted. Whoops. So we have to fly to a town, right? What town am I flying to?
Fly to Geosane, yeah. And I did a quick flare battle. He has like 2 Pokemon. If you want to do that while we wrap up, just so that we're like actually in exactly the same spot,
No, that's fine.
that's fine.
So I don't know. I think this E3 week or whatever it turns out to be, the beginning of June to mid June is usually like a major game announcement time. So we'll see what happens. I want to say we'll see some cool stuff, but I have a feeling we're going to see stuff that's mostly not for for 1 to 2 more years.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious though. I think there's a lot of things that could come out this year that could be announced.
The best thing we'll get out of this year is Horizon Forbidden West and maybe Breath of the Wild 2.
I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be crazy. It's going to be very successful. That game has had 4 years now to stew.
Yeah,
you're going the wrong way. Northwest. Breath of the Wild. There are still people actively picking up that game. I look at the Breath of the Wild subreddit because people post crazy gifs of weird things all the time in that game. There's constantly posts about people being like, I finally bought a Switch so I could play this game. I finally got around to playing it, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me or whatever. And I know not everybody liked it. I wouldn't call it divisive. I think most people loved it, and some people did not. But it was not like 50-50 or anything like that. But I still constantly see people discovering the game and being like, this is the best thing I've ever played in my life. That game has had so long to stew now that, like, when the time comes for Breath of the Wild 2, it's going to be wild. Ha!
He made a joke.
It's going to be
we'll
great,
see.
though. It's going to be
if they can add more story
crazy.
to it, then sure.
I think they will. I think it'll be more
Hades over the Breath of the Wild.
around.
I agree. Hades is really good.
I mean, Hades is good. Don't get me wrong. I like Breath of the Wild more. Breath of the Wild made me feel the magic of video games as a child for the first time in a very long time.
I don't get that at all.
And it didn't do that for you, and that's fine.
Because like, it was just so bare.
I mean, that said, I like I said, it just didn't feel bare to me. The things, I guess, that you just didn't
bare as
care about for whatever reason.
Pretty bare.
Yeah, and it's less bare than that. And the things I did see, I loved, and you didn't, and that's fine. And if it didn't click, then I understand why you were. Because here's the deal: that game, if you do feel like you just need to go from objective to objective, it's pretty lightweight. There's not a lot there. But if the exploration clicked with you, which it seems to have for most people,
I thought the exploration.
Not most in our friend group, but for most.
I thought the exploration
Zelda
was
fans.
tedious.
Right, whereas I was.
I thought it was very tedious because your movement was very slow. Your climbing is very slow. Like all of it is very slow.
Like you said that, and to me, the climbing didn't feel that slow. The movement didn't feel that slow. I like I said, I just like straight up disagreed. It did not feel that way to me. When I wanted to go fast, I used a horse.
I tried to
Or I
also use a
used
horse. I tried to
speed
use a horse as well,
potions.
and they
Yeah.
glitched 3 times that I used them, so I stopped using them.
Yeah, and I still don't. I mean, they're not perfect. Mount riding is always tricky in games. I didn't like riding mounts in Horizon
mind
Zero
it.
Dawn. I basically never did. I think
Okay,
I did
but
it like
Genshin
once or
though, yeah,
twice.
Genshin has thighs. Does Breath of the Wild have thighs? No, exactly.
Zelda. Ooh, it's time to
Yeah, he's
evolve
finally level
finally.
48. He's finally useful.
But no, yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. And I liked discovering the story for
Yay!
myself. You know,
He
I
looks cool.
liked it.
Maybe he's green, so he looks cool. He's better than his original color.
Yeah, that's actually pretty okay. I like it more than I liked the same color scheme on
I like
Axu
it
and
more than his
Fracture.
original color scheme. I don't like Haxorus's original color.
I like his original color scheme. I like it.
Are we about to fight? Do we fight our rival?
Nope. They just tell you that they're going to come with you. That's all.
We'll save here.
That's what I did, yeah.
What do we got? Yeah, hour 45 of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end the podcast a little early. My ear is bothering me, so we're gonna go ahead and play Wind Waker and
maybe finish it for real this time.
Probably not.
I don't know. We'll see.
Depends on how many speedrunning strats you try.
It depends on just how good I am.
We'll see. But we appreciate everybody. Thank you very much for coming. Make sure you do a follow and like the smash button and do all that good stuff. And we'll
the Patreons, the OnlyFans, the whole thing.
The fans Rion.
That is not what it is, but okay. I mean, I guess.
Anyway, thanks guys, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.